Trojan Felly, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody is getting ready, get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, it is very good to be back with the USC football Trojan family. Listen, I was temporarily lost in the sauce. And listen, man, everybody every now and then needs a little bit of break. And listen, I highly recommend getting a break as well. When you constantly going, man, listen, this straight up go time is on and popping, it's on and cracking. You guys already know this was a huge weekend, and I was temporarily lost in the sauce, but I wasn't all the way lost in the sauce. I still had my phone in my hand. I still had access. I said that, I was going to try to not look at it. But listen, man, you can only stay away so much. And I was constantly keeping up. You kind of wanted to know how the recruits were going to do, how they were responding to the new coaching staff. And listen, man, I'm telling you right now, man, there's a different vibe right now with the USC football program. I'm talking about from recruits all over the country. They are now recognizing USC football as a big time place to be. They got a little thing that they say the place to be. And listen, it's absolutely the place to be because they got the coaching staff, they got the city life, they got the atmosphere. I mean, you got Bronny James, you got, even though look, USC basketball right now, we're not going to discuss that. I'm not even going to go that route. But listen, you still got the big time Bronny James. He's a big time attraction. You got everything that's surrounded, and these guys are really kind of flocking to it. And we're gonna talk about this big time weekend because USC was absolutely moving and grooving. And you know what I'm proud of is that I've seen our guys, some of our big time players like Jamil Muhammad, Braylon Shelby. You guys get ready to see it. They kind of spoke to these guys, took a leadership role, spoke to these kids, and we're gonna talk about it. How the impact that these guys had on them first. But let me get out this information first. Not even information, just a comment that came from temporarily. If you guys are not connected with me on Instagram or Twitter, connect with me because I communicate back and forth. I post a lot of information on there as it relates to recruiting, whatever the case may be. Sometimes some of the stuff that I talk about on here, I'll post it there first. Not all the time, but sometimes I'll post it there first, and then that's kind of how I move and groove, man. So you guys can kind of see a visual of sometime of the things I talk about if I don't put it up here first. But there was a comment though. Shout out to Louis on Instagram. He connects with me from time to time, like others, kind of communicates back and forth. But he says this, and I wonder if you guys recognize this. He says, "Hey Jay, where are all the Oregon players in the NFL games?" Talking about the playoffs. He says, talking about developing players for the next level. He says, "I don't know why these college athletes would ever consider Oregon." Bro, you absolutely, shout out to you. You're absolutely right. Listen, man, do you know how many guys yesterday just in the playoff game played? I mean, you talking about the representing USC. You had the former running back for USC, Ingram. He was out there. Of course, you got Sam Donald. He's on the roster. You got you got multiple players, man. Baltimore Ravens. You got Nelson Aguilar. Who else do you got? You got Drake Jackson. Of course, you got Talanoa Hufanga. All these guys. But have you guys noticed where are the Oregon players? To your point, Louis, where are the Oregon players? You don't see a whole lot of Oregon players. That's a whole nother topic. We're going to get into that. That's kind of a playoff thing, and we'll talk about that later. But, man, Louis is absolutely right. Now, let's talk about this stuff that went down over the weekend, man. And here it is right here. You're going to see Miller Moss. You're going to see Braylon Shelby. You see all these guys, man, just really having an impact. Jamil Muhammad. This is part of the recruiting weekend. I think it was a lot of success in this weekend, man. And you guys are going to see it. Some of the players that we weren't necessarily all the way at the top, I think that we absolutely executed the proper game plan. And as a result, USC, we're now having crystal balls, and we're going to talk about that. But you see Braylon Shelby here. He's taking a leadership role. You see Elijah Hughes right there as well. He's taking a leadership role as it relates to moving and grooving, talking to these young recruits. He puts himself back in that place that he was just last year coming in with the 2023 class. Now you see a guy like Elijah Elijah Hughes get it, man. Elijah Hughes gonna be a beast though, man. You see how big he is, and but here's the running back though, the big time running backs. You guys already know, man. I just did a video about this kid, man, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. For those who don't know, he's out of Hesperia. I did a video, as I stated, and I'm telling you right now, this is Carson Cox is one of the most underrated backs. He's a 4-star, but I'm gonna tell you right now, look how big he looks in his uniform. The video I did him no justice for his size. He's standing at 6'1", around 200 pounds. But I'm gonna tell you, I wonder if that's even right because he looks bigger than 200 pounds. Carson, man, you see him here. He was completely lost in the USC love sauce. You see him here with Lincoln Riley. You see him there with Kyle McDonald, the running back coach. And I'm telling you right now, I think USC might have secured this guy, man. We'll see what happens. But look, it is straight up go time. Just did a video, talked about he was coming to visit, and now USC got a local product. You guys should be happy about this. If he makes his commitments, this is USC. We talk about putting a hedge around the Southern California area. Look, we're absolutely doing it, and we're going to continue to do it. There were some big boys on campus from the local area. He was one of the guys, even though he plays running back, and we had several guys, though, man. But I think you guys are going to be happy about the results. And it just seems like Lincoln Riley is making an asserted effort to try to make sure we get the local guys. Now, here's another big boy. He's a linebacker. After he visited USC over the weekend, he was now crystal ball to us. And look, I think you guys should be happy with him. His name is Christian Thatcher, and he's out of the state of Nevada. And I'm telling you, this kid last year, he was first team inside linebacker. He had 56 solo tackles, 35 assists, 95 total tackles, 2 sacks, 1 INT. He's a 4-star linebacker. He's getting recruited by quite a few schools, but now after he made this visit, he talked about Deanton Lynn, spending time with him. He talked about Matt Inch, spending time with him. This guy got lost in the USC love sauce. Now, as a result, as I stated, Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, as a result, he is crystal ball to USC, and I think it's straight up go time. You know that he's been all over. He's been with Oregon. You see it here. He took that visit there. He took another visit to Utah. You can already see it here. And for us to get that big time crystal ball, I think it's straight up go time with him, man. I think we're gonna start seeing a lot of this. You guys already know. Don't forget about Jaqueen Stewart, the number 1 player in New Orleans, in Louisiana. Big boy. But let me get on this kid some more. This is Christian Thatcher, excuse me, and he took a trip to Missouri as well. So I think it's straight up go time with him. Big time schools that play defense, they wanted him. So you know he's an impact player. And you look at all the different schools that were after him right here. I think it's straight up go time. You see Arizona, you see Oklahoma, you see Texas A&M. All these schools offered him. So look, man, I think USC is about to get a great player. And coming off this successful weekend. Don't forget about this big boy though, Jaqueen Stewart. He absolutely, I checked out his story over the weekend. You guys know I just did a video on him. He's the number 1 player, had all these crazy offers by the time he was in the 7th grade, like 21 offers. And you're talking about a kid that's explosive. Go back and watch that video I did last week on Jaqueen Stewart. This kid is absolutely lost in the sauce. And you know why? It's because of a guy like Eric Henderson and the movement that we're starting to see with the guys like, that's Eric Henderson is having an impact. I think USC is getting ready to do some big special things, man. You guys can hit me in the comments on that. Tell me what your thoughts are on Eric Henderson and the USC football Trojans, man. Let me get rid of that right there. Also, there is some action going on as far as the bowl games, the games that are coming up. And I don't know who all might have had an opportunity to see it, but I'm going to tell you right now, this guy, let me shout him out real quick. This is Taj Washington, man. Taj Washington has been the talk of the town. He's been showing out putting all kinds of crazy moves, and you're gonna see a catch, a one-handed catch. It's only a brief clip of it, but here it is right here. And here's the crazy thing. That looks like a player. Let me rewind that back. Let me stop it right there. Let me come back and stop that. That looks like a player. Let me stop it, from Iowa. Now, why is that significant? Because you guys know we talked about our receivers being special guys. Taj Washington being one of those. All the other guys that we have as well. Makai Lemon, Jacoby Lane, Deuce Robinson, Zachariah Branch. All those guys are special, just like Taj Washington. Can you imagine what they're going to do to these Big Ten DBs? These guys are going to be absolutely lost in the sauce. I mean, and that's hey, it is what it is. Hey, so look, we can really expect that from the USC football Trojans. Now, USC, let me pull this up because this is big time right here as well. USC is getting a big time visit this weekend for the number 6 linebacker in the country, 2025 linebacker. And that's Noah McHale. I did a video about him a while back. He came and visited once before. McHale has 35 offers. He's the top 6 linebacker in the country. Of course, you know, he's trying to decide between USC, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Notre Dame, and others. But I think, look, with the momentum that we have right now, I think it's going to be straight up go time, man. Even with a kid like this. And, you know, there were some pictures from last time when he was here with Lincoln Riley. And I think USC can absolutely, this is him right here, can absolutely capitalize on this kid, man. So, look, you guys hit me in the comment section. I'm about to be out of here, man. Listen, we could possibly expect a commitment from Christian Thatcher sometime maybe this week. We don't know. It's a crystal ball. We'll see what happens, man. So, listen, I'm out of here, man. Listen, it's good to be back. Listen, you guys don't forget. Make sure you get up, get out, and make some things happen. Until later on, fight on, fight on, fight on.